Hello and welcome everyone to Sunday Anime Chat with yours truly, Popculture Mechanic. As you can tell by the background picture, today I'll be tackling One Piece. And I know you're thinking to yourself, wow, that's a big chunk to tackle. But we do it in little bits. You don't have to do the whole thing all in one shot. But to ease ourselves into it, first of all, we'll look at the news of the week. And for that, we go to the Anime News Network. So let's see what's new and exciting. Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time Season 2 unveils opening song artist, October 9th debut. Looks interesting. Duel Masters Win anime manga announced. Duel Masters. Isn't that card game? Anime premieres in September, manga debuts on August 12th. TV Tokyo announced on Friday that it's producing a new anime in the Duel Masters franchise. Not Duel Monsters, Duel Masters. Titled Duel Masters Win. The new anime will premiere in September. Additionally, the August issue of Shogakukan's Koro Koro Comics magazine revealed on Friday that a new Duel Masters Win manga will launch in the magazine's next issue on August the 12th. The August issue of Koro Koro Comics also revealed on Friday that the October issue of Besatsu Koro Koro Comics magazine will publish another ending to Shigenobu Matsumoto's Duel Masters King manga. The manga ended in Koro Koro Comics on Friday. Matsumoto launched the manga in Koro Koro Comics in February 2020. Shogakukan published the manga's 7th volume on June 28th. The Duel Masters King anime premiered in April 2020. The Duel Masters King television anime premiered in April 2021. The latest anime titled Duel Masters King Max premiered on April 3rd. The three anime continue the story of the Duel Masters anime that premiered in April 2017, continued with a new series titled Duel Masters in April 2018, and then continued again with Duel Masters anime that premiered in April 2019. Okay then, so there's a lot of Duel Masters stuff going on. What do we got here? Jun Shizon joins cast of live-action Yu Yu Hakusho series as Kurama. Oh, it's a Netflix thing. Yu Yu Hakusho Netflix live-action. Well, the Netflix meme is out there for a reason. You've got your manga, anime, and then your Netflix adaptation. Yuho Hijikata Akio Tanaka's Reverse Edge manga ends. Aria sometimes hides her feelings in Russian light novels, gets manga. That is a excessively long title. Otakon 2022 event hosts My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu Staff, author, more guests. Crunchyroll streams Shoot, Goal to the Future, Soccer Anime's English dub. Another sports anime. Yostar Pictures animates Blue Archive Games 1.5 anniversary short. 1.5 anniversary. Who writes at 1.5? 1.5th. 1.5th. Who does that? It's 1.5. You can do the 1/2 symbol, I'm sure. Netflix posts first character image for live-action Yu Yu Hakusho series. Okay, the first character image. I never got into the Yu Yu Hakusho, but I'm sure some of you have. D4DJ Double Mix Anime Special airs on August 19th. D4DJ. Nope, never heard of that one before. Blue Lock anime cast Kazuyuki Okitsu. Another soccer manga? Blue Lock anime. Let's have a look here. The official website for the television anime of Mineyuki Kaneshiro and Yusuke Nomura's Blue Lock soccer manga revealed on Friday that the show has cast Kazuyuki Okitsu as Zenitsu Tsurugi. Did someone say DJ? Haha, and there is. He shall appear, DJ Ronnie G. Good day to you. Relatedly, the official Twitter account for the original manga revealed on Friday that the manga's 20 volumes have a total of 10 million copies in circulation. Not sold, just in circulation. The anime will premiere in October and will air on TV Asahi and its affiliates. In the Num Animation programming block, Crunchyroll will stream the series. The anime stars all those people. Tetsuaki Watanabe, powerful Yaku, powerful Kokohen, is directing the anime at 8-bit with Shunotsuke Ishikawa as assistant director. Taku Kishimoto, Haikyuu at Silver Spoon 2019, Fruits Basket, is supervising and writing the series scripts, and the manga's Kaneshiro is supervising the story. Yutaka Yumura, Saga of the Tanya, the evil director, is the concept advisor. Masaru Shindo, Fruits Basket, Macross Delta, My Teen Romantic Comedy, Snafu, is the main character designer and chief animation director. And Kenji Tanabe and Kento Toya are also character designers and chief animation directors. Jun Murayama is composing the music. Kodansha Comics is publishing the manga in English digitally and in print, and it describes the story. After a disastrous defeat at the 2018 World Cup, Japan's team struggles to regroup. But what's missing? An absolute ace striker who can guide them to the win. The Japan Football Union is hell-bent on creating a striker who hungers for goals and thirsts for victory, and who can be the decisive instrument in turning around a losing match. And to do so, they've gathered 300 of Japan's best and brightest youth players. Who will emerge to lead the team? And will they be able to out-muscle and out-ego everyone who stands in their way? Sounds pretty exciting for a soccer anime. Kaneshiro and Nomura launched the ongoing manga in Weekly Shonen magazine in August 2018. The manga won the Best Shonen Manga Award in Kodansha's 45th Annual Manga Awards last year. It seems pretty popular. Oh, the Mega Drive Mini 2 console reveals into the next slate of games. Well, we like games on here, at least I do. And I'm not sure how well the first Mega Drive did, or the Sega Genesis Mini did. I think many people might have been disappointed by the amount of games on it. I don't know. 11 more games join lineup, including Lunar Series, Fatal Fury 2, Final Fight CD, more. Sega revealed 11 more games on Friday that will be included in its new Mega Drive Mini 2 console that will release in Japan on October the 27th. The new games include Alien Soldier, Tatsujin, or Truxton, Final Fight CD, Super Street Fighter 2 The New Challengers, Garo Desetsu 2 Aratanaru Takai, or Fatal Fury 2, Ai Harimanara, Gyuwanabure, Jikusen ha Katayama Masakiyuki no Mahjong Dojo. I'm assuming that's a Mahjong game. Lunar the Silver Star, Lunar Eternal Blue, Wonder Mega Collection, Sanrin Sanchan, Spatter, bonus title never released on the Mega Drive. Okay. The console will include more than 50 games, including Mega CD or Sega CD titles. The previously announced games include all of these, which I'm sure everyone's looked over already, if you're a fan. The console retail in Japan for 10,978 yen, or about $84 US. Looks very compact, very slim. It looks like it comes with a wireless controller. Oh, and 6 buttons. There you go. So you'll have a better time playing your fighting games. I don't see any shoulder buttons though. I never had a Sega Genesis or anything like that, so I don't know how the controller is. Sega will reveal more of the games in various follow-up announcements in early August and late August. Sega will release a similar Sega Genesis Mini 2 console in North America on October 27th. The console will include more than 50 games, and some titles differ from the Mega Drive Mini 2 console. Sega released the Mega Drive Mini console in Japan in September 2019, and in the US under the name Sega Genesis Mini on the same day. Both versions of the console featured 42 games, although the games each console included differed, which is unfortunate. I don't know why you wouldn't just release all the same games across the board and let people figure it out if they want them or not, or if they want to play them. The Mega Drive was Sega's third console, and Sega released the console in Japan in 1989. Sega released the console in the same year in North America under the name Sega Genesis. Sega withdrew from the games console market in 2001. So over 20 years ago, Sega left the console market. What else we got here? Japan's animation TV rankings. Let's have a look here and see what's at the top here. Love All Play earns 2.6% rating. Saze-san, once again, 8.1. Chibi Maruko-chan, 6.2. Detective Conan, 5.7. One Piece, hanging in there, 3.5. Delicious Party Pricker, 3.1. Doraemon, 2.8. Crayon Shin-chan, 2.8. Jujutsu Kaisen, Kyoto Sister School Goodwill Event Arc, 2.7. Love All Play, 2.6. Oshiri Tantai, 2.5. And Animated Osaru no George, or Curious George, once again, 2.8. I should actually start watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's see. More on Yu Yu Hakusho. Spy Classroom TV anime reveals teaser video. Teaser visual 2023 premiere. Spy Classroom, eh? Kazuhiro Fujita's Ushio and Tora manga gets stage play in August. Really? Netflix's sex education series gets manga. So they're going from live action to manga. What's this all about? John Terrachin draws manga launching on Friday. The official Twitter account of Kadokawa's global comic label announced on Wednesday that John Terrachin is drawing a manga adaptation of Netflix's sex education series that launched on Kadokawa's Comic Bridge Online manga magazine on Friday. Insecure Otis has all the answers when it comes to sex advice thanks to his therapist mom. So Rebel Maeve proposes a school sex therapy clinic. The series' first season debuted on Netflix in January 2019. The third and latest season debuted in September 2021 with a fourth season incoming. Not very much information on it, that's for sure. High-speed Etoile Racing themed original TV anime revealed. Nothing like a good racing anime, isn't there? HSE Project opened a website on Friday to announce a new original television anime project titled High Speed Étoile. Étoile in French is star, by the way, in case you didn't realize that. The official website for anime features logos for King Amusement Creative, Sonic Blade, YoStar, Good Smile Company, and Super Formula. Super Formula is a former racing series in Japan and is collaborating on the project. Dragging in some pretty big players there. Takuya Fujima, Magical Girl, Lyrical Nanoha, Vivid Manga Artist, Original Character Designer for R15, Warlords of Sigritha, and Weiss Survive, is the original character designs for the show. The show follows the character Rindo. Rin once had a dream of becoming a ballet dancer, but had to give up on that dream due to an injury. Afterwards, she became a NEET and a gamer who lived in her grandmother's house, but one day she is suddenly thrown into the world of racing. The anime takes place in the near future, where the latest technology has made it so vehicles can travel at 500 kilometers an hour or 310 miles an hour safely and securely. A next generation race called Next Race is born, which changes the world of racing. Next Racing features AI-controlled support and a revolve burst mechanism. A newcomer named Rin Rindo will make her debut in Next Race and will further revolutionize the sport. Well, that might be one to add to the list. High-speed étoile racing. Let's see, what else we got here? Crunchyroll streams the Ancient Magus Bride, The Boy from the West, and The Night of the Blue Storm anime's English dub. Whoa, hold the phone here. Nintendo to acquire visual content production company Dynamo Pictures. Dynamo Pictures to become Nintendo Pictures following acquisition closure on October 3rd. Nintendo announced on Thursday it has entered into an agreement to acquire 100% of the outstanding shares of Tokyo-based visual production company Dynamo Pictures for 34.5 million yen, or about $245,000 US. The company plans to close the acquisition on October the 3rd. Nintendo plans to make it a wholly owned subsidiary to strengthen the planning and production structure of visual content using Nintendo intellectual properties. Upon the acquisition's closure, Dynamo Pictures will change its name to Nintendo Pictures Company Limited. The company reports that the acquisition will have only a minor effect on its results for this fiscal year. Dynamo Pictures worked on Nintendo's Pikmin short movies CG film anthology, which debuted in 2014. Dynamo Pictures has worked on CG production for Ghost in the Shell, SAC 2045, Kingsglaive, Final Fantasy 15, Garo, Divine Flame, Suki Pro the Animation, and Yuri on Ice. The company has also worked on motion capture for Persona 5, Monster Hunter Stories, and Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139. Well then, Nintendo's getting their own picture company. Good for them. They should be able to do things that the way they want to do it now. They can have more oversight maybe in making their movies and content. New Yurusei Yatsura anime unveils more cast. First season's half-year run without breaks. No breaks. Well, that's one way to get everybody watching it. Let's see. What else we got? Uta no Prince Sama anime special reveals returning cast members. Really? Prince of Tennis? All those Prince of Tennis fans, they're really happy, I bet. All right. I think that's about enough of the news. Sort of caught up on sort of some of the things that are relevant. Next up, moving over to One Piece. One Piece is... maybe they'll make a proper Mario movie? Yeah, let's hope so. That one from the 90s. Super Mario Brothers Super Show, the movie, and yeah, the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. That was good. It had I have that on DVD. It's with Captain Lou Albano as Mario. Yeah, that was a good one. But the Mario movie with Bob Hoskins, that wasn't so great. John Leguizamo, they I don't know what they were going for, but they missed the mark. You know, if Detective Pikachu is an idea of what they can do, they can do better now. The 90s movie was absurd in some ways, but it also had a certain absurd charm. Yeah, I mean, it yeah, it was definitely something, all right. Yeah, well, Bob Hoskins was a good actor. Like Leguizamo was okay as Luigi, but Bob Hoskins, he did good because, you know, you wouldn't expect he was from England. He's got an English accent, but he sure covered it up very well. The Goombas. Oh yeah. The Goombas look nothing like the Goombas. I you know, that bothered me too. It's like, what are these? This isn't exactly what, you know? Ugh. Yeah, the just, I don't know what happened, whether they didn't consult them or consult Nintendo, or Nintendo's like, no, you can't make them look like that, or maybe there's just, sometimes there's too much interference. But next up is talk some One Piece. I can't believe I haven't talked about this sooner. It's one of my favorite shows, one of my favorite mangas. Oh yeah, when boardrooms and stuff, you can't make a movie or write a book by committee. It just doesn't work. There's way too many ideas. You need one guy, one girl, whoever, right? One person to steer that ship. So you've heard great things about One Piece, never saw it, but you're all okay. Then there you go. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe everyone had heard about One Piece, or maybe everyone had at least seen some of it, but I am here to download some knowledge. So, little background is this started off as a manga in 1997 is when it first started, and it's still going to this day. It has over 1,000 chapters, but don't let that dissuade you. It's not like you have to read them all at once. You can do it in small bites, little arcs, or however it goes that way. And yes, the anime started in 1999, so only 2 years after the manga. It was an anime, and it's written by Ichiro Oda, who is very good at storytelling. I think that's one of the things that drew me into One Piece, was the excellent character development, world building. You know, there is a purpose for each character has a purpose. They have a goal. They have a good backstory. I mean, if that's the one thing that really separates the manga from Western comics, is a good grounded base. You make your foundation. You build on that foundation of like backstory, what these people are like, and how they don't do stuff that's out of character. They don't need to be deconstructed. Yes, so... Oh, as I had said, yes. So it says here, One Piece has received praise for its storytelling, art, characterization, and humor. It's received many awards and is ranked by critics, reviewers, and readers as one of the best manga of all time. Several volumes have broken publishing records, including the highest initial print run of any book in Japan. In 2015, One Piece set the Guinness World Record for the most copies published for the same comic book series by a single author. It was the best-selling manga for 11 consecutive years from 2008 to 2018 and is the only manga that had an initial print of volumes of above 3 million continuously for more than 10 years, as well as the only that had achieved more than 1 million copies sold in all of its 100 published tankobon volumes. Furthermore, One Piece is the only manga whose volumes have ranked first every year in 14 years of Oricon's manga sales ranking existence. So as of July 2021, One Piece had over 490 million copies in circulation in 58 countries and regions worldwide, making it the best-selling manga series in history and the best-selling comic series printed in book volume. It is also one of the highest-grossing media franchises of all time. And I 100% agree with that. They wrote that in there, and I agree. This is a juggernaut. It's a license to print money. So we could get to the introduction of the Straw Hats. There's obviously our main character, Luffy, who wants to be the Pirate King. There's his second mate, Zoro, who is a swordsman who uses a 3-sword style. So he holds one sword in each hand and one in his mouth. There is the navigator, Nami, and she is always about the money. There's Usopp. He's their sniper, and he has excellent shot capabilities, but he's also an exaggerator of the truth. Or he tells tall tales. And then there's their cook, Sanji, who doesn't want to sully his hands by punching people because he's a cook, so he fights with his feet. Those are like the main ones to start the anime off with. And that's sort of what is referred to as the East Blue Ark, because that's where the story starts. The story starts with Luffy leaving his little village on a ship. Oh, no, I shouldn't say a ship. It's a tiny boat. And he's heading out to sea. He's reached that age of where he's decided that he's going to leave and go out and become the king of the pirates. The thing is, we don't know why he wants to become the king of the pirates. It's quite a very elusive question. Or it's an elusive answer to that question that keeps saying he wants to be the king of the pirates, but what's the reason for that? And I'm sure that'll be revealed towards the end. And so he leaves his village but first he has to give the local sea monster in the water a farewell punch in the face, because it was the one that was harassing all the people around there. So he gives it a good shot in the face. And by doing that, we realize first off that he is not quite your average person. It seems he can stretch his body. So we learn later on that he ate the gum fruit. So he calls himself a gum person. And now he can stretch his body like rubber. And he sets off to one of the nearby islands. He wants to recruit a crew. And the first person he runs into is Zoro. And he finds that Zoro's been captured by some of the Marines, that's what they refer to the Navy as in this world. They call themselves the Marines, and they are like the world police force. But he runs into Zoro, who's been captured, and pretty much makes a deal with him. Hey, I let you go. You join my crew. And he says, I'm going to sail the seas and be the pirate king. And Zoro's like, that sounds pretty good. I think I'll join you to be the world's strongest swordsman. So right now there are people out there that are way above their power level that we've yet to meet. But that's a pretty lofty goal to insist you're going to be the world's greatest swordsman, or even the pirate king. So I believe after Zoro, they run into is it Nami? They run into Nami, I think. I'll have to check here. It's been a long time since I've watched that. Anime series, theatrical film. There is a lot of... Okay, so here... Well, the global police didn't solve the pirate issue, but it's funny because there was the original pirate king, and his name was Gold Roger. And he's the one that sailed across the entire ocean, called the Grand Line, and they say he conquered the Grand Line, and he was the pirate king. And the one thing there's the event that started the whole age of pirates, which is where everyone decided to be, almost everyone decided to be pirates, was when Gold Roger got executed. So he was caught by the Marines and he was executed, but before he was executed, he looked out into the sea of faces and said, if you want my treasure, I left it all on that place and it's all in one piece. And he was executed, and then everyone wanted Gold Roger's treasure, and so the great age of pirates began. And so that's what started things off. Sorry, it was the kickoff. The critical moment was his execution and the start of the Great Pirate Age. Yes, that's the name origin. Yeah, everyone is after the One Piece. But there is so much content, as you can see here. This is One Piece, and this is the anime. But then there's all sorts of side stories, movies, spin-offs. It's crazy. So it's not about swimsuits. I know you're disappointed, DJ Ronnie. Yeah. I wanted it to be about, going for a swim. It's got some depth, all right. Yeah. Don't drown in all the manga there is. But yes, there is a lot of content. You can watch so much. You can read so much, and you can watch so much. It's unbelievable. Okay, yeah, I gotta figure out here. Let's see. One Piece story arcs. Oops. Story arcs. Okay. I just got to make sure. Yes, the East Blue Saga is probably what we'll get through today, because that's where you meet the... Okay, so Luffy and his crew member Zoro arrive at Orangetown, where they meet a thief named Nami. She hates pirates, and they make an unlikely team fighting to free the town from the rule of Buggy the Clown. Yeah, so you're gonna meet a lot of colorful characters in this anime. There's all sorts of types of different pirate groups and all sorts of characters. So yes, so Nami joins the crew, and actually this was where I this is where what got me thinking that One Piece was awesome, because she's a thief. She's on a pirate ship. She was sneaking around. Somebody confronted her. She got caught. Or somebody was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And as I was watching this, she wound up and she kicked the guy right in the balls. And I thought to myself, you know what? This is hilarious. I think I'm gonna keep watching this show. Because that was just the most unexpected thing. It threw me right off. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And that's how she got away. So it was a kick in the groin that made me decide to keep watching this anime. Yeah, and then after that, yes. After Nami forms a partnership with the two as their navigator, they reach Syrup Village, and they encounter a chronic liar named Usopp. When a devious plot is revealed, Usopp's courage is put to the test as the Straw Hat Pirates prepare for a battle with the Black Cat Pirates. So yes, after Nami joins the crew as the navigator, it's Usopp who, at the end of his little arc, he joins up with them and they sail away. And they obtain their very first pirate ship called the Going Merry. Next up, they go to a floating island restaurant. Just a floating restaurant. It's called Barati. And they're looking for a cook. And they go to the restaurant known as Barati. However, the restaurant is attacked by the powerful Don Krieg, who has returned from the Grand Line and wants to use the Barati as a vessel to go back. So this guy, Don Krieg, is going to take that floating restaurant with him. But it's full of fighting chefs. And what happens after? Sanji joins the crew. Zoro goes up against Dracula Mihawk, who is the most powerful swordsman. Obviously, Zoro does not beat the most powerful swordsman, but he gets a nice scar across his chest from him. He also promises to Luffy that he will never lose again. And they also introduced the 7 Warlords of the Sea. And you'll get to know more about all those people later on. So Nami's having a little bit of trouble. I guess she took off with the ship and went back to her boss that she was working with, or working for, who is a fishman named Arlong. And she was just out there to take their gold of the Straw Hats. So then there comes a time that it's found out that she really doesn't want to be with the Arlong pirates. And so Luffy helps her out after she asks him to help her. And they beat Arlong, and then she joins the crew officially. And then they head to the last town before the entrance to the Grand Line, which is called Logtown, which is also the place where Gold Roger was born and executed. So they get there and they run into powerful marine captains and also enemies. Let's see. Logia-type devil fruits are introduced. Zoro obtains Sandai Kitetsu, and Yubashiri, and Monkey D. Dragon is introduced. And if that name sounds familiar, our main character is Monkey D. Luffy. His dad is named Monkey D. Dragon, who is the leader of the Revolutionary Army. So there's some history for you. you've got quite infamous father who was part of the Revolutionary Army. So that is the East Blue Ark, or the East Blue Saga, they call it. And it leads up until they go into the Grand Line. And that is quite a ride in itself just to get to the Grand Line. A lot of people fail to even get to the Grand Line because the map, if you get a map of the world of One Piece. So the map of World of Peace. Okay, so this is what the world looks like in One Piece. There's a large landmass that circles the globe. And then there's a bunch of islands around in each of the 4 oceans, which are all designated by the points of the compass. There's North Blue, South Blue, East Blue, West Blue. And then in the middle is a belt around the Earth. Let's see if we can make that bigger. There you go. So there is a belt around the middle of the Earth there, and that is the Grand Line. There's 2 narrower belts onto the north and the south. Those are the calm belts. There's no wind and no current in those, but they're full of giant sea monsters, which will crush your boat. So no one ever goes into the calm belts because it is way too dangerous. But as we can see, there are like 4 lead-ins going to the mountain, it's called Reverse Mountain. So you've got 4 entrances and 1 exit on the right-hand side there. So that is how people navigate from the 4 oceans to get to the Grand Line. And then that is supposed to be one of the most dangerous and the more powerful people live on the Grand Line. So you're going to run into pirates that aren't as, in the 4 different seas, the pirates aren't as powerful, but you go to the Grand Line and now you're meeting people that are uber powered. So that's what the world looks like, and that's how dangerous it is to get to the Grand Line and make your way along from island to island, which you can't just go from island to island because there are magnetic, each island has its own little magnetic pull. You have to obtain a log pose, which will point you to the next island so you don't get hopelessly lost. And eventually what you want to do is make your way all the way around, and then come back onto the backside of what's referred to as the red line, the landmass. But you can't go backwards. You have to go forwards and around and come back again. Makes for a long trip. Yeah, there's a little more of that's a little bit better. North, east, west, south, Grand Line. The red line is the landmass. So I have a sketched map there. That's a little more detailed, that's for sure. You can kind of follow there's a dotted line on there. You can follow. That's the path that Luffy and his crew took in his stop at each island until they got to Log Town, and then that was their entrance to Reverse Mountain. So yeah. there you have it. That's the sort of the geography, if you will, of the One Piece world. And obviously, as he goes along, he picks up more crew members along the way. But just in East Blue, he just ends up with everyone in this picture, except for the guy with the pink hat. That's Chopper. He comes after. They meet him in the Grand Line after. And, you know, the backstory of these people. Luffy was raised in his village by a group of bandits because his grandfather was a powerful vice admiral in the Marines. And in this world, you don't mess with admirals or vice admirals because they are pretty much the most powerful beings on the face of the earth. There are other ones that are, like the 4 Emperors of the Sea, but admirals are something, if you're a pirate, you want to stay away from them, admirals and vice admirals. So he grew up in that village, and he had his, he wasn't a true brother, but he met up with his good friend Ace, and they grew up together. Ace was a little older, so he headed out first on to be a pirate. And then Luffy followed. Actually, I should back up a little bit. Admiral. Yeah. Not that Admiral, but it's close. Yeah, at first Luffy had a pirate friend. And the reason he got his powers is because they were taking a devil fruit, which is part of this world's, this is how people get these powers. So there's only one allowed. As long as the person's living, if you eat a devil fruit, you have that power. No one else can have it. Once you die, the fruit comes back and someone else can have that power. So Luffy accidentally, it wasn't on purpose, he accidentally ate the gum fruit. And he got his rubber stretching abilities. And yeah, so with that, he developed his fighting style around his being a rubber human. And that is when and then he decided to head out when he got old enough. I think he was 16 or 17. And then he ran into Zoro. Zoro is, as I said, he does sword fighting. He learned on his island. He had a friend who was a female, and she was always better than him. She could always beat him, and no matter how hard he tried. But unfortunately, they formed a friendship, even though it was more like friendly rivalry. They formed a friendship, and Zoro was quite devastated when she died at a young age. And he asked her father for the sword that she would use, and he gave it to him. And now he's decided that he is going to be the best swordsman in the world for both of them. So that's sort of Zoro's backstory. A little bit tragic. Nami's backstory: she was raised as an orphan. She was adopted by a Marine and raised with her half sister. And the shark the fishman pirates killed her mother, and so she swore revenge on them. So that's her tragic backstory. Usopp, he would just make up stories and run through his village screaming that pirates are coming when no pirates are coming. He would go and visit the Ojo-sama, which is the rich girl who lived in the mansion on the island. and tell her and regale her with fantastical stories. She was sort of your typical sickly girl who had to stay in bed all the time. But hearing him made her feel a lot better. So Sanji, the cook, his story was that he wanted to find the All Blue, which is a mythical ocean, and he was on a ship working as a cook. He was more of just an apprentice cook, so he was really young. He was probably about 10 when their ship gets attacked by pirates. And the one pirate is named Red Leg Zeph because he kicks his enemies and he gets blood on his feet. So he decides that they're gonna ransack the ship and kill everybody. But he runs into Sanji, who is just a little guy who gets caught as the ship is sinking. He gets caught underneath some boxes and such. So I guess Zeph didn't want to be responsible for killing a child, so he rescued Sanji, and they were both washed away to a deserted island where they divided up the food, and the pirate Zeph told him, "You watch that way, and I'm going to go to the other side of the island. I'm going to watch this way to see if we can see any rescue ships." So they did, and Sanji, these two were there for months, and starvation was encroaching. And Sanji finally got curious the one day, and he walked over to see where Zeph was, and he was very dehydrated, very emaciated. And Sanji's like, "Look, you got so much food. Look, it's all in this bag here." And he's like, "Open it up." And it was full of treasure. Zeph didn't take any food with him. Instead, he left treasure, or he put the treasure in there. And what happened is his foot was missing. So we could infer that he cut off his own foot and ate it. And a little while after that, they got rescued. And Sanji stuck with them as an apprentice chef at the bar tea. So that's a pretty crazy backstory for Sanji. Let's see. Yes, devil fruits. There are different kinds of devil fruits. So the rule is a person may only eat one devil fruit during their lifetime, as eating a second devil fruit will end their life. So there's one caveat. You can eat a devil fruit, but you lose the ability to swim. If you fall into the ocean, you lose all your power. You lose all your power to move, and you essentially drown unless someone can save you. So if you have a power, you also have a weakness. And there's 3 types. Paramecia, and it gives the user superhuman abilities, like Buggy's capacity to separate his body parts, Nico Robin's appendage generation, and Brooke's self-revival. There's Logia, and they give control over and allow the user to change their living body structure into the powers of nature, like Smoker's control over smoke, Ace's control over fire, and Crocodile's control over sand. And then there's Zone type, and that allows the user to fully or partially transform into a specific animal, like how Chopper can transform into a human reindeer hybrid. And certain Zone fruits allow the user to transform into prehistoric creatures, like Drake being able to turn into an Allosaurus, and even mythical creatures, like how Marco can turn into a phoenix. Yeah, and that's pretty much devil fruits. There, yeah. Let's see. We've gone over the geography. We've gone over devil's fruits. We don't have to get into hockey yet. That's if you're just starting out, you don't need to know about that. Main series. So I don't know what you'd prefer. If you prefer to read it, it's all out there. Any bookstore you can get. You can grab the collected series. Yeah, just start with volume 1. Just start reading. And if you're gonna watch on television, I'm sure Crunchyroll's got it, or maybe Netflix. I'm not sure, but you can just start off in small chunks. I know it seems very daunting, but it's just you go from one arc to the next. I think there might even be some filler in there, but even filler is pretty enjoyable. Some people may complain that they don't like the character designs. And I've heard that before. Some people are like, oh, I don't like those character designs. Well, it's just the way that they're drawn. I mean, everyone seems to be like very tall and lanky. At least for the Straw Hat crew, at least when they draw humans anyway. It's definitely, Ichiro Oda has a definite style. Yeah, so let's see, what else? What else should you know if you're just starting out? Here's something for you. Oda revealed that he originally planned One Piece to last 5 years, and that he had already planned the ending. However, he found it would take longer than he expected, as he realized that he liked the story too much to end it in that period of time. In 2016, 19 years after the start of serialization, the author said the manga has reached 65% of the story he intends to tell. In 2018, on the occasion of the 21st anniversary of One Piece, Oda said the manga has reached 80% of the plot. While in January 2019, he said that One Piece is on its way to the conclusion, but that it could exceed the 100th volume. In 2019, Oda said that according to his predictions, the manga will end between 2024 and 2025. However, Oda stated that the ending would be what he had decided in the beginning. He is committed to seeing it through. In a television special aired in Japan, Oda said he would be willing to change the ending if the fans were to be able to predict it. In August 2020, Shueisha announced that the year's 35th issue, Weekly Shonen Jump, that One Piece was headed toward the upcoming final saga. On January 4th, 2021, One Piece reached its 1000th chapter. In June 2022, Oda announced that the manga would enter a 1-month break to prepare for its 25th anniversary and its final saga, set to begin with the release of chapter 1054. And I think we're getting towards the end of that 1-month break now. So I can't wait to continue on with the final saga. Any questions? Any questions about One Piece? It's like one of my favorite shows to read and favorite shows to watch. A lot of people have what? Oh, yeah. What we didn't check was number 25 highest rated all time, number 22 most popular all time. Its average score is 87%. That's pretty darn good. Yeah, at Analyst, it gives the synopsis as Gold Roger was known as the Pirate King, the strongest and most infamous being to have sailed the Grand Line. The capture and death of Roger by the world government brought a change throughout the world. His last words before his death revealed the location of the greatest treasure in the world, One Piece. It was this revelation that brought about the grand age of pirates. Men who dreamed of finding One Piece, which promises an unlimited amount of riches and fame and quite possibly the most coveted of titles for the person who found it, the title of the Pirate King. Enter Monkey D. Luffy, a 17-year-old boy that defies your standard definition of a pirate, rather than the popular persona of a wicked, hardened, toothless pirate who ransacks villages for fun. Luffy's reason for being a pirate is one of pure wonder, the thought of an exciting adventure and meeting new and intriguing people, along with finding One Piece and his reasons of becoming a pirate. Following in the footsteps of his childhood hero, Luffy and his crew travel across the Grand Line, experiencing crazy adventures, unveiling dark mysteries, and battling strong enemies, all in order to reach One Piece. And there you have it. That is their synopsis. And you don't have to watch the TV anime. You can watch some of the TV specials which encapsulate each saga. So I would recommend, if you don't want to watch all the TV episodes, you watch the, where is it here? There's one, it's a One Piece special. No, not that. Heart of Gold. Nope. 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 There's a lot. There's a lot of movies and a lot of TV specials. And the next one coming up is One Piece Film Red on August. So that I'm looking forward to. I think a lot of people are. Nope, not that one. There we go. So, One Piece, episode of East Blue. It commemorates the manga's 20th anniversary. And it features anime versions of the original manga chapter cover stories as well as specials, ending credits. Anime will feature a special 20th anniversary commemoration version of the original opening theme song. Yeah, but this will give you an excellent rundown on each character in the beginning of the East Blue Saga. So do yourself a favor, find it. It's only an hour and 46 minutes long. And it will give you a good rundown as to the beginning. But if you want to, go ahead and watch the TV episodes as well. Definitely you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of them. There is so much, over 1,000 episodes, but just going by the East Blue one, start with that, and you're on your way into the One Piece world. So because I am a One Piece fan and I've watched a lot of these, I think I've dragged my wife into it, kicking and screaming. She always tells me she doesn't even go here. And it's like, yes, I know. It's no problem, DJ Ronnie. I like to open up or show people new animes to try, maybe something they haven't thought of. I'm a little more of the older type animes to watch. I haven't gotten into some of this newer stuff yet. Not that I'm not going to, but it just takes a little while. Life gets busy. Can't always be watching anime all the time. We try though. Try to get it where we can. I think that's it though. Unless there's anything else that I may have forgotten. I know there's a live action One Piece coming from Netflix. At least I think there is. You love a lot of the 80s, 90s anime? Yeah, I'm right up there with you, man. And I know, you and Steven, I think it was Steven, or was it Comics Crusader? You were really happy about doing a Macross overview. I was wondering about doing a deep dive into each Macross series, like the very first one, SDF Macross. Maybe go episode by episode, what happens, little synopsis. Not sure. I mean, it is 40. It's been out for 40 years. I don't think nobody should get upset about spoilers anymore. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, and these One Piece wiki pages, these are perfect. They break down everything just beautifully for you, so you can see which arc is coming, what chapters it involves, or volume, and what episodes. So you can just you know exactly where you are. And I do want to keep going with maybe next time, instead of East Blue, we'll do the Alabaster arc, because that's always a good one. Oh, you'd happy to contribute screenshots and links for them? Yeah, that's awesome. We'll see how this does. Maybe, hopefully, I can introduce some people to the goodness of One Piece. Maybe they will get into it. I'm still trying to get Blaine to watch Macross Frontier. I mean, I watched his Iron-Blooded Orphans. Yeah, everybody does streaming there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. Some of us are still new to it. Like, I'm still a noob when it comes to streaming, so try to do the best we can. Provide people with what they want. You know, people will come here. Hopefully they learn a few things. Yeah, I think I've seen you do that on the... I haven't watched Orville After Show because I don't want spoilers. I also don't have any kind of... It sounds funny, but I don't have a streaming service. I don't watch any of that stuff on streaming. I pick it up on DVD. Yeah, I show images right off the web browser. You can accommodate that. Yeah, there you go. That's the way. I just can't show video. Don't want any kind of copyright strike. I don't need that kind of hassle. And they get too uppity with stuff like that. Not too crazy with that. With them doing that kind of stuff. Like, so what if you play a little clip? Shouldn't be a big deal, you know. Yeah, you got to be careful about that. Yeah, exactly. Nope, not even my yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Get somebody else's channel taken down. That's not cool. Yeah, and I wonder about guys like they got to be careful, you know, like maybe I'm a little too maybe I'm a little too paranoid, but you just can't take risks, especially with YouTube being like this. That's why I do stuff on BitChute as well and Odyssey, and they don't seem to get on my case as much as YouTube does. So as soon as BitChute and Odyssey, I think Odyssey does live streaming too, but they're not as popular as YouTube. YouTube is quite mainstream. You earned a copyright strike a few months ago for doing a Mando React video? Really? You basically did that thing when people are loud in a movie theater with comments. Huh. They still got you. Huh. Watching, interrupting, and cracking joke got the strike. 38 minutes in. Yeah, it just bothers me. I mean, nobody understands fair use, eh? Like it's like, hey, I'm commenting on this. I'm not just watching it. The audio quality was too good. Ah, yeah. Well, I've seen people get away with it turning the audio off. Done more to obfuscate the video frame. Yeah, if you, I don't know, like you blur it or make it small, or I'm not sure how to get around this kind of stuff. Like I say, I've seen people like just do freeze frames. Yeah, and another channel. Oh. Yeah, well, this channel named You Cannot Unwatch It. Oh, the guy had to repost his Macross retrospectives a couple. Yeah, me too. I did my 40-year anniversary Macross, and all of a sudden it's like copyright claim, copyright claim. I'm like, what? I'm like literally talking over the footage that's going on, and it's only like intros from the shows. It's like, what? Like it was quite disheartening. I had to pull a lot of that stuff out and put in like still pictures. And in recent versions of the show clip, he makes it mute, unmute every couple. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, disrupting content. Exactly. Like it goes a bit too far. I can remember the Wild West days of YouTube back in like 2006 and all that when I was first on, you know, and I was uploading stuff and yeah, not a problem. In Star Trek reviews, some people will put a semi-transparent overlay on the pics and video. Really? They do that with their video editor then? You just have like something that you can put across the video editor and then just do it that way? Old school TV. Yeah, scan lines. Yeah, I know what scan lines are. From the good old CRT days. You have a PNG graphic file. Oh, okay. It has a transparency layer. Then you just put that over top. And that way the algorithm has a hard time seeing it, or the AI or whatever the hell is watching this thing. So people already use that in OBS. And it's have to create like frames, sort of a picture frame. Okay. And instead of just cutting a hole in the middle of the frame. That is interesting. I really need to learn more and do stuff like that because I gotta make my channel a little more appealing, a little more visually, so people will want to tune in more. Bottom line, not identical to the original video call. Yeah, that's right. Just makes it fuzzier. Yeah. Or the anime bootleggers. Yeah. They will flip mirror. Yes. That's right. I've seen that. Flip or mirror the video and it stays up. It's like, what? That's all you had to do was flip it around? Yeah, food for thought. Exactly. Something to think about, right? Something to contemplate. But yeah, I didn't have any idea what I was going to talk about for anime chat today. It was up until like maybe a half hour before I started streaming. I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? What have I been watching? What have I not talked about yet? And yeah, this was the big one. The elephant in the room, if you will, the One Piece. And one of my favorite shows, and hopefully it will be one of yours too if you decide to, sit back, relax, read it, watch it, see what you think. It's pretty epic, and if you get into the storytelling that Oda does, how he does stuff, and it's pretty awesome. You're glad to have learned a bit about One Piece. Yeah, for sure. Just baby steps, right? I know it's a big, epic saga. Try it anyway. Don't do yourself a favor. Don't watch the dub. Don't watch 4Kids dub. That One Piece rap is just, it makes me cringe every time. I can't stand that one. Subtitled or nothing. Or read it. Or read the manga if you want. No big deal. So that'll be it for me today. I've got to get out there. It looks like the sun's starting to poke out from behind the clouds. I have to go out and do some building. I get to build myself or continue on building a deck. So I'll be doing that today. Before I go, though, I would just like to thank you for coming out. Anybody that stopped by, any lurkers, DJ Ronnie G, it was great to have you by. Anybody out there, tune in to DJ Ronnie G. He does a lot of tech stuff on his channel. Yeah, thanks. I'll try to get it done before it rains today. So make sure you hit the like button. Tell your friends. Spread the word. Tell them that Sunday anime chat with Popculture Mechanic is fun stuff. So you can come out here and share our stories about anime shows we like, ones we don't like. So far, it's been ones that I've liked. I maybe might want to start on stuff that maybe I didn't like so much, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, take your time, visit, there's other YouTubers out there too, people I hang out with, Blaine's Escape channel. Blaine does live streaming Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. There's Brandon the Anime Guy. There's the Nerdporial Lifeform. He does a lot of streaming about modern shows and such. And he does some gaming. There's DJ Ronnie G. Geez, am I forgetting somebody? I might be forgetting somebody. Oh well, if I've forgotten anybody, just hit it up in the comments. Let me know. I have to make a note of it. So until then, it was a fun time, and I will see everyone. Oh yeah, Pacific 414. That's right. Yes, yes. How could I forget Mike? He's doing Pop Talk. He's probably doing it. He started probably at 11 a.m. Eastern. That's 9 a.m. my time. So, yes. Don't forget. Pacific 414. Go check him out. Subscribe to him. He's a good fella. But other than that, I'll be heading out now. Hope everyone has a good day. Everyone take care. This is Popculture Mechanic signing off.